Hi friends! So we're going to talk about the 7 things that I've learned using a bullet journal or a Bujo journal. And the first thing is that the binder style works really great for me. There are a few downfalls to the binder style. I could only find paper that was 120 GSM, and so it makes it, there's a little bit of ghosting and bleed through. But I like that I can add pages or take out pages or adjust it and add different things that I need to add. And so it really helps, I think, with my personality to be able to add different pages, take out pages. The second thing I've learned is that finding the right layout takes time. And I've tried a bunch of different kinds of layouts, very artistic layouts when I first started. And I've only been doing this for 5 months, but I'm starting to get into the groove of using a bullet journal. And I like trying different layouts to see which ones work for me so that I can have a variety. I can choose and go, okay, I want this layout for this month, but I want to try this other layout for this month. And I really love that about a bullet journal. So that way it doesn't get dreary. And if you are depressing or just I can't think of the word, oh my gosh, where it just becomes monotony. There we go. And so with doing bullet journals, you can add variety, you can add more artwork, or you can change the layout. And so it's different than if you just bought pre-made planners. The third thing that I've learned is that it's okay to change aspects every month, every week, every day. They don't all have to be the same. And I can sit there and go, oh, I really didn't like this layout last month. I really need to find a different layout. Or I didn't like this last week. It didn't work for me. These are the parts that did work for me. So it's really, I really love that about bullet journals because I can change it however I need to work the best for me. The fourth thing I've learned is it can be beautiful and still be functional. When I first started, and I've only been doing this for 5 months, I was doing a lot more artwork in my weekly spreads of using like clouds or feather shapes and different things like that for the week, for each day of the week. And it became really hard to write in them. So I had to learn to have that balance of beautiful and artwork and goes with my theme, but also that it stays functional and it works for me. The fifth thing I learned is that my bullet journal is for me. And so I can do what I like and what works for me. And I've shared it with a couple other people and I share it online, and I know that some of my spreads will work for other people and some won't. And so that's fine. You need to situate your planner to make it work for you, because if it doesn't work for you, you're not going to be consistent using it. And that's one thing that really helped me continue to stay consistent, is by making it functional yet really pretty too. The sixth thing I've learned is as time goes on, I will adapt the layouts that I like and change them to work best for me. I've already done that in certain ways. I found different layouts. I like certain aspects of them, but I don't like all of the aspects, so I change them. And it's really amazing on how that makes it really enjoyable to get into my planner, to work with my planner, to use it as a tool for myself. The seventh and final thing that I've learned is, even though themes are great, it doesn't mean that you have to do one all the time, or that you even have to do one at all. Themes are great. I love themes. My whole yearly theme is fantasy creatures, and I've got a different creature for every month and I've already got it all laid out on the color scheme and different things that I want to use. I like having things planned in advance. But that doesn't mean I have to stick with it, or even that I have to use that theme over every single page, because sometimes that gets a little hard, or it can be overwhelming, especially when you have like a really busy week. It gets really hard to sit there and be consistent with adding the artwork. And so I have to learn to be aware of that when I'm doing themes. And a bonus thing that I've learned is that to be graceful with myself, because some days or some weeks it's going to be really busy, really hectic, or something's going to come up and I'm not going to be able to keep track of my moods or keep track of the things that are going on. Sometimes I don't write the full task that I do. All of this affects the planner, but I know that I'm doing it for myself, and so I have to be graceful with myself, because if I'm down on myself, I probably won't keep going. So that's one thing to kind of remember, is just be graceful with yourself when you're doing your planner. Some days it's going to go really great and some days it's not, and that's okay. Some days your themes are going to be really awesome looking, and sometimes your themes you're going to be like, what the heck happened? And that's okay too. It's kind of a learning process, and when you first start when you're going and getting into it, there's going to be that adjustment time of, okay, I'm so used to having everything in this. I used to always use the pre-paid planners, and I got really used to everything laid out for me. And so I have to think about the layout and think about how it's going to work. And it's fun and it's great and I love it. But I also need to be a little bit more aware about time and about using my planner to the best that it can be for myself. All right, guys, so hopefully those are things that might help you to be a little bit more aware when you're doing bullet journals. But what are some things that you learned as you started using bullet journals? What are some things that helped you as you started your journey and your process through bullet journals? I'll see you in the next video.